Upon embracing spirituality, it is essential to uphold a sense of responsibility. Melmaruvathur, Bangaru, Amma. Omsakthi. The Siddhar was teeming with devotees dressed in red attire. The spiritual gathering was so dense that there was hardly any empty space. The crowd had amassed in hundreds of thousands. July 24th and 25th of 1990 were observed as the days of the Aadipooram festival. Due to the suspension of the Irumudi ritual during Aadipooram, the attendance of devotees reached immense proportions. The sight of the red-clad devotees bustling around and energetically engaging in their tasks was truly captivating. On the first day, despite the scorching heat of the sun, people wholeheartedly offered porridge with dedication. With reverential devotion, they stood in a long queue, carrying pots of porridge, eagerly seeking the cooling shower of Amma's grace. Amma too was delighted, and on the very same evening blessed them with abundant showers. The following day marked the Milk Anointment Festival, commencing at 2 in the morning. Those who were aware of its magnificence gathered from every corner, forming separate queues for men and women on each side to partake in the milk anointment. Numerous devotees worked tirelessly, sweating profusely as they fulfilled various responsibilities such as distributing drinking water, managing the queues, and ensuring cleanliness. In their dedicated service, they were reaping the abundant grace of Amma. A queue stretching over a kilometer in length was patiently waiting for the milk anointment ritual. I too stood in that queue, inching forward gradually. The loudspeaker urgently called upon the youth devotees to come forward and assist in managing the queue. The enthusiastic youth wing members and those standing in the queue hurried towards the entrance of the Siddhar Meedam. The milk anointment ceremony proceeded systematically, albeit at a slow pace. Eventually, some devotees began to cut across the queue and move to either sides. Those already in the queue advised them to proceed further without crossing over. Some individuals positioned themselves in the middle of the queue, feigning their intent to enter the shrine, while others supported them by claiming that they were holding their spots after informing and reserving them. As hours passed in the sweltering heat, the devotees in the queue grew restless. The queue had stagnated due to the influx of people crowding and entering from the front. A collective resistance emerged, urging to prevent anyone from cutting in between. The red-clad devotees and the youth wing members darted back and forth, attempting to regulate the crowd. They pleaded and implored the people, but the comments and resistance continued as the queue inched forward. In front of me stood a bearded, elderly man aged over 70 years. He maintained silence and patiently moved along in the queue. Following him was a middle-aged individual who called out to someone wandering on the side of the queue, urging them to join and stand in the line. The person who was called responded saying, "Where else can I absolve my sins, Sakthi? I have come here to receive Amma's grace through the milk anointment. Even if I have to stand a mile away, I will remain in the queue and proceed." With these words, he walked away. The people in the queue were delighted, offering him greetings and proclaiming, "He is a true devotee adorned in the red attire. Only individuals like him will be blessed with Amma's grace." It wasn't just the people appreciating him. Amma herself, in their form, expressed appreciation for him. After a while, the youth wing leader from the Madurai district approached us. I asked him, "Where are you going, Sakthi? Weren't you serving in the milk distribution area?" He responded, "Those who came with me are taking care of the service there. We are now proceeding to the queue for the milk anointment." He pointed to the devotees accompanying him. Curious, I inquired further, "But you were already engaged in the service at the milk distribution spot. You could have entered directly." Without hesitation, the youth wing leader replied with a smile, "Standing in the queue and participating in the anointment satisfies us just like everyone else." I thought to myself, this is the essence of spirituality. This is true service. Mother Goddess has bestowed such deep-rooted faith in these young individuals through her compassion. Then the silent old man standing in front of me spoke up. As the queue continued to move, he addressed me saying, "Did you notice, Sakthi? Amidst everyone trying to bypass the queue and rush to the front, did we not see these two individuals? They possess spiritual maturity," he said. Milk anointment bestows virtue upon us. But when one cheats the queue and causes unhappiness to others, along with that virtue, he also accumulates sin. Now, when we subtract, what remains? Is it virtue or sin? He asked. Only Amma knows the answer, he continued. These two individuals understand this calculation well. If we exert ourselves physically and pray to Amma, she will abundantly shower her grace. People were aware of this, which is why they practice penance in forests, in mountains, on water, and on fire, forsaking food, because they knew the significance. What sacrifice can these people truly make if they cannot even stand in a queue for a short distance? The elderly man, who appeared almost like a saint, delivered a spiritual discourse. As I pondered, a realization struck me. Milk anointment holds immense significance as a method of worshipping the Mother Goddess. When we engage in worship, chant mantras, and meditate, we maintain a certain distance, avoiding physical contact. Let us apply the same principle while standing in the queue for milk anointment, allowing each person their space and ensuring a proper flow in the reverence of the Divine Mother. I understood that the red-clad votaries should not neglect their duties and responsibilities, driven solely by their deep devotion and enthusiasm for Amma. With the milk bowl in my hands, I made my way through the queue within the Sitar Beedam. Every step felt mechanical as my mind raced to find the identity of the wise elderly person who had offered such profound advice. Searching both ahead and to my right, I yearned to obtain his address. As I carried on, pondering about his whereabouts, suddenly, there she was. Amma herself was seated before me. It wasn't a mere dream anymore. Adorned with sacred ashes on her body, her divine presence overwhelmed me. Was I truly blessed to witness this sight? Tears welled up in my eyes as I experienced a profound sense of bliss in her presence. Humbly, I joined my hands with the milk vessel in reverence. Turning towards the left, I listened intently to the chants emanating from the sanctum sanctorum. Inside, Amma manifested as the radiant Jyoti adorning the sacred space. I stepped forward, performing the anointment to the Suyambhu, offering my sincere prayers and obeisance. Gazing out from that sanctified place, my heart overflowed with reverence. I see Amma, our spiritual guru, the embodiment of divine grace, the same holy vision with the same appearance. Indeed, Amma is our Guru and Guru is Amma. Omsakthi.
அம்மாவை நினை மனமே மேல்மருவூர் அம்மாவை நினை மனமே.
Please like, share, and subscribe to the Bangaru Amma Global YouTube channel for more inspiring and uplifting videos like this one.